Hello, my very dear audio freaks around the world. It's me, Paul. Welcome back to my studio, Warsaw, Poland, and to my humble YouTube channel. It's really good to see you again, guys. Today I've got a topic I wanted also to do quite some time ago, which is my top 5 favorite small boutique plugin makers, like one-man armies that I really respect and products that I really use from these kind of companies, yes. And I also chose this topic because it's relatively, I think, easy and short in the process of shooting and editing. And this is because I've got a terrible toothache. So if my face goes like this today, it's nothing that I stopped liking you or I'm too lazy to shoot a video. I really have got a problem, and this is going to be my company until Monday. By then, I have to get through this together with you in some really good mood and tweaking some really good audio. Yeah. Of course, if you think my channel makes any sense, if you like my studio and you like my vids, you can subscribe somewhere here. I'm trying to point it better each time. You can support my channel somewhere down here, I don't know, hopefully. And you can like this vid and comment on it, because I'm dying to hear one more discussion from you guys. Let's go. Yeah, that's the statement for today. Small boutique, one-person companies that make plugins are really cool, and I really do like them for a couple of reasons, especially when compared to large companies. First, I have a feeling that the creative process of making a plugin is more efficient and simpler than with large companies. You just have an idea, you execute this idea, just spending time mainly with yourself. Nobody's in your way. While in large companies, you've got lots of decisions, chains of decisions, marketing departments that have to sell as much as possible to sustain a company that large, etc., etc. So for any HR, let's say, or simply human reasons, marketing reasons, creative reasons, I really think that small plugin makers should be always looked at very carefully, because they deliver great quality, and usually, or in many cases, it's cheaper than comparable products from large companies, guys, which is another great thing. And here's the list of my top 5, as I told you, but remember, this list is very highly subjective. These are my favorite 5 that I use most, I think, but the list is way longer, and I'm waiting to hear your shots down below in the comments section, of course. And let's go to my number 1. Yes, Toneboosters. You might have heard of this company led by a guy called Gerijn or Gerijn. I don't know how to read this Dutch name. He's from the Netherlands. And I can say only good things about stuff that I tried from Gerijn. Sorry, I really don't know how to read this name. Maybe I should check it out, actually.
Jeroen.
The guy behind Toneboosters delivers amazing stuff. He's also an audio scientist. He works with spatial sound. He wrote a couple of books, papers on spatial sound, on psychoacoustics, and he really knows what he does. But not only that, all his tools show some amazing and very refined musical taste. Yes, these plugins sound really very musical, and they will totally elevate your production, your mixes to new level, though they are absolutely surprisingly cheap. And I can tell you that so far I have tried Enhancer, which really replaced Vitamin by Waves for good. That was the tool I was looking for. My Vitamin by Waves is seriously out because I have got Enhancer. Then there is Barricade 4. It's kind of well-known, probably the best-known plugin by Toneboosters. It's a really great working limiter, and I mean this. I also use Morphit by Toneboosters, which is a simple EQ for correcting your headphones curve. It works really, I think it works best of all the tools of that kind. So if you need your headphones to be really ruler flat, I would seriously consider Toneboosters Morphit. And the last thing that I'm in love with is called Real Bass. It's a tape machine emulation, and it's genuinely, absolutely astonishing. It's great sounding. And it's quoted by many producers, mixers, as one of their favorites, if not the favorite one. And I'm absolutely in the same group of people telling you Real Bass is completely amazing. So maybe that would be the first one that you should really try to be really impressed by Toneboosters. And that's it. The rest is... No, I do have C-Balance. Of course, I do have C-Balance. I don't use it because actually Nuendo onboard stock de-esser is really terrific. It's my favorite one. I haven't found anything better for me. Let's move to number 2. hoRNet. And this is my discovery from not so long time ago. You'll find a video about their product. Here I reviewed their latest limiter called Magnus Mark III. And I always knew that hoRNet is out there and the guy Saverio behind hoRNet is there, but I never took any effort to check these plugins out for 2 reasons. They seem suspiciously cheap, and I don't really like their graphic user interface. The GUIs are kind of clunky, old-fashioned, not the strongest point, but the sound of these, oh my friends, this is a totally different story. And when I tried Magnus, I was really amazed because I thought my Limitless is absolutely the best out there. You can't sound any better than Limitless. And Magnus made me rethink this again. And it costs right now €10. Guys, this is insanity. An amazing sounding limiter for €10. I also started using their auto gain because I use it sometimes when editing TV dialogues that I need to make some kind of a fader rider for balancing my dialogue levels before compression. And I used to have auto volume by Melda, which is amazing, don't get me wrong. But for some reason, I found this little guy called simply auto gain, I think. Where is it? Never mind. It's there to work even better than Melda. Less settings to tweak, maybe a bit more clunky interface, but works amazingly nice. Also, I've heard a lot of good stuff about their 31 EQ. I think it's called 31 EQ. Wait, yes, that's a 31 band equalizer with a dynamic function, and probably it works a bit like Theory by Voxengo, which is also, by the way, an amazing one-man company by Alexei. And yeah, I would simply give it a go and compare it against a Theory, I think, because this sounds and looks more than promising. The rest from hoRNet for me now is like a terra incognita. Say it in Italian, but it's not going to be long before I start using more and I try out more. Saverio out there, you can be sure I will contact you, man, because I need to know your stuff better because it's really good. Number 3, my friends. All right, Sean Costello is the guy that everybody probably knows and talked about him at least once in his audio life, but Valhalla and the guy behind Valhalla, which is Sean. Who is Sean? Well, I cannot simply miss them in my top 5 because Valhalla are absolutely top of the top when talking about creative reverb, delay, and some medley sometimes between reverb and delay with some heavy modulation and feedback. This is the Valhalla thing. And of course, you must know their vintage verb or their room. I use room a lot. There's also delay plate, shimmer, which is an amazing one. There's Uber mode, 2, I haven't tried this one, and moreover, 3 plugins that are absolutely free of charge. Space Modulator, Freak, Echo, and Supermassive, all of them are great. And yes, I know this is nothing like it's not a discovery for you. I'm not showing you anything new, right? But if for any reason you haven't tried Valhalla plugins yet, I have to tell you, we kind of live in different universes, even because you have to give it a go. Each costs $50, a fair round price, no discounts, but also not like 199 discounted to 29, for example, which is a fiction. I don't like it. This is the marketing of large companies usually. Yeah, Valhalla should be your thing. Matt Tytel. It's a guy. Or Tytel? I don't know. Sorry, Matt. Anyway, this is a guy, probably he runs a company. He's got a small one-person business of some kind out there in America. And I have to tell you a bit about this guy because he's one more extremely creative solo guy that is able to squeeze so much goodness out of his head, sensitivity, and code under his fingers, I would say. Helm, open source polyphonic synthesizer, you might have heard about it. Then Playground, physics toys like constructible robots and pluckable flowers, guys like, I haven't tried this. Joe Harp Improv, Leap Motion Assets, tools for Unity for game makers. Then Cosint, a free and open source polyphonic synthesizer, one more. Goldwater Dance, a real-time wave simulation that uses a kinetic as input. Magnetic Mesh. Lissa Juice, Little LFO, of course. And most of all, Vital. If for any reason you haven't heard about Vital, I don't believe it's possible. This is probably, with a large, not probably, with a large extent of probability, it's the best free synth ever made. This synth is absolutely groundbreaking even in many ways. It's got exquisitely, beautifully crafted oscillators, first of all. Amazing oscillators on this one. These are my favorite oscillators over there. Very well designed, very stable, very well programmed and optimized. And do yourself a favor if you do know Vital. I don't have to. I'm not talking to you. If you don't know Vital for any reason and synthesizers are your thing, like, why aren't you there? Same as with Valhalla. You're occupying a different universe than I do. So this is highly, highly recommended. And I can't even understand how is it possible to make all this just solo. The last one that is also relatively new one for me is called Dawesome. It's one guy called Peter V who creates, hard to say because these are instruments beyond any categories I could try to name. And I started my journey with Dawesome with Novum, which is an amazing drone-like, ambient-like machine. I think all of them are oriented towards simply experimental ambient music. Oh, Chop Suey is a kick synthesizer. I also have this one. But Novum is seriously so beautifully crafted, designed, well thought out synthesizer made with real love to music and to users and music creators. Like, it's probably not for everybody, but if you create any kind of ambiental stuff and you haven't crossed your paths with Dawesome stuff, start with Novum. Crazy good. Also, I tried Cult. Everything I tried from Peter V and Dawesome is pretty insane in quality. And also they are sold, the instruments are sold via Traction, a company that is simply a distributor for Dawesome plugins. Guys, this is my list that I had for you. I think that was number 5. And I'm ready to sum the things up for you. That's it. And yeah, I know. You're gonna say in the comments, what about Kosh? What about Klanghelm or some other small boutique plugin makers? Guys, you're totally right. They are there. Their products are amazing. They're great. But simply, I chose my favorite. Fortunately, there are really more small plugin makers that don't grow into large companies. And I really do believe that small companies have a lot of advantages over large companies, like the creative process is more efficient, the marketing costs are significantly lower, all the bureaucracy and management is way easier, and it also can provide us, the users, with better products delivered faster and cheaper. How do I know this? Because actually, I do run a small company on my own. This is not like a large studio facility. What I have here, or is it 3 control rooms, 2 recording rooms? I don't know. You tell me, guys. Anyway, I hope you liked it. I hope you're gonna enjoy the discussion down below with me, and I hope to see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye.